we're here.
Hey everybody, happy Friday and welcome to Threeflings, the only show on Twitch with 3 tieflings every Friday night. Threeflings is a collection of one-shot adventures from the UNCAGED Anthology, so if this is your first episode or your 55th, welcome, you are all caught up. Tonight we are playing Shadows and Talons by Melon Black from UNCAGED Volume 1, the original girl with the Medusa. It's been a while since we've seen her. And without further ado, let's meet our Tiefs, starting with Ink. Tell us about your Tief.
Hey, my name is Ink. You may also see me as @BeUsedPens on Twitter and in chat. As usual, I am playing Ophelia, your Pact of the Tome, magical girl, frog queen, warlock, Ophelia. As I mentioned, she is Pact of the Tome, she is a warlock, and she is... What is it? Her mom provides her patronage. That's how I'll say that. I was like, is she a patron of her mom? I don't really know. Oh, that cut off the A. There you go.
I can't spell.
See it in chat there.
Zan, why don't you tell us about your Tief?
Hello, I'm Zan, and my Tief is Shy, our resident knowledge cleric. And she knows everything about everything and will throw the book at you if you think she's wrong.
And lastly, but never leastly, Gwen, tell us about your Tief.
I'm playing Adara, our resident fighty-bitey tiefling. She has no magic, but she won't let that stop her from starting trouble, along with her good pal, her puppy, Crouton. Her warg puppy. I should specify warg puppy. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how to work him into the normal spiel so that I don't forget him all the time.
Should have a command like exclamation point
Crouton. Exclamation point pets, because y'all have a dozen.
Right? Yeah. But specifically,
we can't
like...
forget Dante.
We need exclamation point, like... Gwendy, remember your dog.
We should make that one of the things if you get the success. It's like, remind Gwen she has a dog.
Just exclamation point, where's the dog?
And yeah, I'm Jess. You know who I am. I'm Angry Nerd Girl down in the chat. I'm running the game. Anyway, tonight's adventure has a couple content warnings. It will feature, not explicitly, but allude to gaslighting, abuse, and as always, there is the potential for snakes. So if you have, if those are going to be triggers for you, feel free to duck out, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Though again, next week there is always potential for snakes on Threeflings. So who wants to give us a previously on Threeflings? You played Dangerous Dealings with Dryads by S.L. Parker from UNCAGED Volume 4.
Right. We went to a town because there were a bunch of flyers that were like, adventurers, like super easy job, and adventurers, really hard job, pays a lot. And we were like, what's going on here? And we met a tavern keeper who wanted us to go into the forest nearby to recover a treasure that was definitely in the forest. But also the forest is dangerous, so like she didn't want to go get it herself, but she needed to get it. She needed to hold it briefly for a bet, and then we could keep it. And we're like, yeah, sounds great. So we went into the forest. Shy immediately got trampled by a like evil blighted mammoth, and the party attempted to fight the blighted mammoth, and then a elf, an Eladrin, showed up and was like, knock that off. And we're like, you knock it off. Is this your mammoth? Take it back. We don't want it. And upon discussing further, found out that the forest had a big old tree in the middle that seemed to be some sort of gate to the Feywild, and also was corrupted, and they wanted help with the corruption part, but it turned out that the corruption part was coming from the Feywild and was outside our pay grade. So we showed up, we helped a bit, we got the treasure we were looking for, and then we went back and we're like, here's the treasure, we solved the singular task we set out to do. Don't ask any further questions about the forest, it is not resolved. And then we left.
Yeah, and Shy was like, no, I want to fix everything.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. We did call
Shy
upon...
would have probably gone through the portal if she hadn't had a previous engagement, and would have most likely messed up the rest of Jess's carefully choreographed trajectory.
I'm sure I could have found a Feywild adventure, but you just might have, been playing like a level 19 adventure.
Yeah, you have to find it. You have to find enough that Shy can level up to like, 12 or 14 or whatever so that she can get a teleporty spell and then or plane shift and make her way back.
That would have been fine.
Bye.
Bye. See you in 12 months.
Yeah, skip ahead 7 months in our adventure roster.
Yeah, that's good. You get inspiration. Well done.
Yay.
Ooh.
So one thing you did not mention, though, that I'll remind you of, is that Shy had gotten a letter inviting her to the Cragwatch Council, seeking aid in exchange for a substantial reward.
Yes, and this letter invited Shy's friends as well, which is how she knew that she would soon be meeting up with 2 other tieflings, because that's how this has been going.
Yes. As you leave the bar from the previous adventure and head out to the Cragwatch Council, you are intercepted, the 3 of you, by... I didn't describe the mail carrier before, but I will now. By an exhausted-looking tabaxi wearing boots. She runs up to Adara with an elaborate letter, sees Shy, and just kind of goes, "Ha! Well, that. Anyway, it's not for you. It's the 3 tieflings with the curly horns. You, here, letter.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye." And she kind of waves a paw over her face and takes off jogging.
Oh, baby.
Shy, did you know?
Well, yes, I believe that was, the same person who dropped off the missive that I received.
That explains that. What's this letter?
This is a very fancy, I almost said vellum, and then I can't remember if vellum is fancy, but it is a large envelope with a golden wax seal of a snake inside of a crown.
Ooh.
I'll open it. Probably not taking particular care to, like, preserve it. Just, you know, the just straight rip.
Okay.
What's in here?
Written in an elaborate hand, and again, golden greenish ink, is, "To the illustrious ladies 3. I've had a vision and require your assistance at my palace at your earliest convenience. You will be well rewarded. Discretion is, of course, advised." The signature is in gold with another wax seal and says, "Melusine Regina."
Shy, does this match your letter?
It is not from the same person I received my letter from.
Okay.
Can I do a history check on that seal? Because that
Absolutely.
seems rather
What?
important.
While you're doing that, Adara is just holding this piece of paper, like, angling it for the light. It's just like, gold ink is bullshit. It's reflective. How am I supposed to read this?
23.
Okay. You would remember that in the kingdom of Far, Far Away, there was a ruler who inadvertently, potentially, married a fae. When he revealed her as a fae to the court, she abandoned him and her children by showing her true form, which was half woman and half snake, and she flew out the window and has not been seen in that kingdom or anywhere for the last 10, 15 years.
Oh. Well. It seems we are being summoned by a bit of a legend.
Uh-huh.
What do you mean by that?
Do you remember there was a, there bit of a scandal in a nearby kingdom.
In fantasy France.
In fantasy France.
Oh yeah, fantasy.
In fantasy.
Fantasy.
Yes.
It's like, evidently there was an agreement between two noble people when they married and two royal people when they married, and the king broke his word, and the queen was revealed as a fae, and then she evidently turned into a half woman, half snake-like being and flew out the window and has never been seen again.
Flew how?
I am unsure. I have gotten this third or fourth hand, not someone who was present at the event. But I do remember it being quite talked about, so I'm not sure how accurate things are. It could have been exaggerated with every telling.
Have either of us heard this story before outside of Shy?
Yeah, Shy says, "Do you remember?" And, yeah.
It's like, I mean, it was quite a story. I assume that this is something that's been talked about and has spread to other kingdoms, because it's a rather fantastical thing to have happened.
How well versed are you in? I would think Adara might have heard it more than Ophelia, honestly, because it's more recent history. If it were more ancient history, I would think Ophelia would know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, probably not. Yeah.
Adara is the kind of person
you probably heard about an upset in kind of a kingdom, a big political thing, and it was a big embarrassment. And now there might be a war on the horizon, but you're not sure about all of that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It just sounded like, you know, over your pay grade royal bullshit, basically.
1,000,000% heard other people talking about this and just been like, man, royals have too much time on their hands.
This is weirdly topical.
All right.
It's entirely possible, but is this on our way to our previous destination?
This would be your previous destination is on the way to this place, conveniently. There's a map included.
Perfect.
So yeah. Who's the person that sent you the original letter, Shy?
Well,
the original letter is from Ermin Farron, of the High Priest of Fenmeril Mesterine of the Cragwatch Council.
God, that's a really fancy name for no reason.
Might be a reason. We haven't met them yet.
Because you're talking to, like, Ophelia, who has no last name, and literally has, like, no town names in her head. You're like...
All right, well, we can add this to the to-do list, because I'm intrigued, but it's not just me, right? This letter is very hard to read.
Is it in cursive?
No, like, the ink's reflective. It's gold.
Oh, yeah, that's weird.
Why would you put metallic gold ink?
It's like, you just have to tilt the paper in just the right way.
It sucks. This is too much work.
I mean, my dad told me writing should be legible unless it's, like, illuminated letters, and I don't think those are ever made to be legible.
At least it's mostly in green ink. Gold is far more difficult to read.
Yeah. This name is... I'm guessing on the name, honestly. It's
I'm
hard
glad
to
that
tell.
this is what the stream has devolved into, us arguing over how to graphic design your stuff.
Anyway.
So, as you near the town of Cragwatch...
We're just filling
Because the
time.
argument has lasted for hours, probably.
You see several large, steep hills begin to dominate the landscape. At the foot of the hills, a golden farmland, much like ink, stretches out for miles. It didn't actually say that. Weathervane teeters on his fire as a slow puff of chimney smoke tells you this is a town already about its business. You approach a watch post, and a small, thin man in faded robes dashes out from beside the guard and interrupts before she can hail you aside. You see this young man approaching you. He is, I would say, how tall? Shy is always taller than I think she is. So I'm going to say shorter than Shy, but taller than Ophelia. Human, and in monk's robes. Says,
Shy.
you're here, Shy of the Brighthorns. I'm welcome. I'm Timmerl Funt. I'm from the Cragwatch Council. I've been sent to meet you. I'm not on the Cragwatch Council. I'm a novice. But yes, you're here. I've been sent to guide and, support. Hi, welcome to Cragwatch. I'm Timmerl Funt. Hello.
I am Shy. This is Adara and Ophelia. And where
hello.
will you be leading us to?
To the council. It's a good thing you're here. I can, take you to the Blue Heart Inn so you can rest before you meet with Ermin Fair and get something to eat. I'm sure you're exhausted from your travels.
That sounds lovely. Thank you.
Are you okay? You seem a little bit scatterbrained, my friend.
I've never met adventurers before. And this is my first official mission. Okay. So, follow me. I'll explain. So, you're probably curious as to why we summoned you. Or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I thought Shy was gonna say, it seemed like you mostly wanted to talk to her, so I was, but yeah, we're curious.
Well, a few weeks ago, so, backtrack. We're a small town, you might have noticed. There's mostly scholars and merchants here. We usually don't see outsiders, but we've got some nice religious relics if you want to check them out while you're here. But a few weeks ago, Ivana Detrix, she was a ranger devoted to the temple. She encountered, I know this is going to sound a little extreme, but just bear with me. She encountered a harpy.
Okay.
That wasn't the reaction that I was expecting. But yes, she encountered a harpy in the forest, and, beating a harpy, she was pretty seriously injured. She reported what happened to High Priest Farron, and then, attacks started at the Fairlight farm a few days later. Ina Borwin and her wife Vina, they run the farm. There's been several incidences there. We've had...
You say attacks. Do you know by what or whom?
The harpies.
Oh, so there are multiple.
So, we don't like to advertise this to outsiders, but harpies have been a bit of a menace here to the Cragwatch Council, but mostly just to those who, come upon them in the forest. They get clawed up because, they're a little bit dangerous. But yes, the farmer and her equipment were both attacked, and Ivana is in solitude, resting, and being prayed for. She was pretty seriously injured. But Ermin Farron invited you because of your, religious dedication and your history of, monster altercation solving?
Yes, I believe that sums it up quite nicely.
When you say religious, are you only talking about Shy?
Well, she's... the clerics of the Brighthorns are very well known. I know that she's traveled with a variety of assistants. She's had warriors and sorceresses and warlocks at her side, and thieves and bounty hunters, all who she's brought to the gods, and it's just a wonderful thing.
It is this bullshit again.
I have a feeling that somebody might be exaggerating some things. And I wouldn't exactly call them assistants, comrades.
Friends,
and
some of us even.
Yes. Even though it has taken me some time to get accustomed to that term.
We're just like, if I'm your assistant, am I gonna get paid for this?
I mean, we do get paid.
No, I mean like from Shy.
Ah. She can, like, hand you your third if you want. That's not the point. Yeah, what Shy said. We're not her assistants.
Oh, I knew that you always traveled with a group, and it was a diverse group, but I didn't realize that, you were all compatriots. That's wonderful. That's how we work at the temple. Well, that's how I wish we worked at the temple. We will once I take my official vows and I'm not an acolyte anymore and I'm fully a priest. But yes, all of the priests are equal.
Good to hear.
All right.
What god do you all celebrate here?
Oh, why we worship Fenmerl Restorine.
Who's that?
Does that sound familiar?
Anybody can give me a religion check for that?
Oh boy.
Or
Sure.
Time to see how the dice will bless us this week. Oh baby.
Never heard of him.
Okay, that's not bad. 19.
Okay.
I got a 19 as well.
Yeah.
They're twinsies.
Ajara,
I
were you
got it.
rolling?
I rolled. I got a natural 1, so 3.
Okay.
Adara, the religious associate.
Let's say Adara is probably still pissed at being called Shy's assistant.
Yeah.
Ophelia and Shy, you know of Fenmerl Mestarine as the Lone Wolf, a elven god of nature and trickery who is primarily worshipped by outcasts and wild elves living in solitude or particularly dangerous locations.
This person that's talking with us is a human, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's quite unusual then.
But if this is a particularly dangerous location, it might not be quite that unusual.
Yeah, it just
Especially
seems
if-
one that, it's usually for loners, and it seems like the town itself has more than, 2 people.
It's like I do feel like there's more going on than what's being said.
It's usually that way, isn't it? At this point.
I think it's cute that there's a equal communal priesthood for the loner god.
So you arrive at the Blue Heart Inn, a 2-story inn of grubby sandstone with brightly flowered vines creeping over the surface. A bard sits forlornly on the sill of the main window with her large bottle of wine and a flute. A dozen small roses litter the main floor. Behind the bar, a shaven-headed, rosy-cheeked elf stacks ale barrows. Ah! Tamarel! Finally got somebody to come help with our bird problem, eh? Tamarel makes his excuses to the 3 of you and leaves, promising to meet you early the next morning. Well, come on then. Make yourselves at home. Your food and beverages and rooms have been paid for the night. I'm Bodhi. Welcome to the Blue Heart.
Oh, thank you, Bodhi.
very
I'm
nice of you.
Shy.
Pleased to meet you.
I'm Adara. Somebody dropped flowers on your floor. Do you need-
Ophelia's gonna scoop down and pick him up and be like, I'm Ophelia, nice to meet you.
Hello, hello. So, can I get you anything to drink, or are you just here for information and a nap before you meet with the priesthood tomorrow?
The ever-going question, is it AM or PM presently?
Oh, it told us when you arrived. Let's say it's PM, because you were told you would be met early next morning.
Oh, that makes sense.
I was
Then
trying to
yeah,
figure out
I'll
what
have a
she's gonna
drink.
Drink.
Gotta determine whether it's a light beer or whiskey. The cutoff is lunch.
Got it. Okay, yeah, she 100% will get that for you. I think my camera's doing that blurry thing again. Shit. Oh well.
It's like Facetune. But all over. All the time.
Here. Learn my face. There we go.
Yeah.
So she brings back beer, tea, and a milk. Because we will skip ordering, because I'm just guessing. And she starts cleaning the bar back. Says, well, it's a good thing you're here. The Fairlight Farm's been having a lot of trouble these last few weeks.
So we've been hearing.
You can't miss it. It's the big farmhouse between the hills and the Egg of Cradwatch. I assume Ermin will take you over there tomorrow.
That would be appreciated. What kinds of things have you been hearing about the situation?
Oh, well, take a look. And she points at some council badged posters that are lining the walls behind her and at various walls of the bar. One says, Harpy attacks, in huge letters. Beneath it, it says, Harpies have breached Cragwatch for the first time in our history. No longer content to remain in the forest, these creatures defy the gods themselves. And then there's the symbol of the council beneath it, which is 2 peering eyes.
So I definitely envisioned that poster at first as like a Hammer horror movie poster.
So there's
Harpy
more than
attack!
one poster. There's more than one poster. Are they dated?
No.
Okay.
Another says, defend yourself. The harpy's unnatural voice will put even the strongest willed into a stupor. Keep your distance. Keep covered. Keep low.
Oh, well, that seems a little unfair. Little dangerous.
I mean, I guess it's sound advice if you're like provoking a harpy.
I mean, I think the most sound advice in that case would be, like, don't provoke a harpy.
Sure,
it
but if you're
it sounds like the harpies have not attacked in quite some time. Have there been any weather changes, natural disasters, droughts, anything that might change their living situation?
She kind of pauses and looks at you, stops cleaning for a minute. She says, now, these harpies tend to stick to the forest. This is their first time in coming into Cragwatch itself. Now, I know if you go into the forest and get on their bad side, they'll gut you like a fish, but that's why I stay here in town. No natural disasters that I've heard of, but, well, from what I've heard with godless creatures or defying the gods or whatever they say down at the temple,
and it's
you can't
only
really expect them to be honest, temple-attending folk.
Well, you
And
say
it's-
that, but people generally stick to patterns, and with such a huge break in a pattern, something must have happened. Anything unusual.
Like
Not to my knowledge.
deforestation, capturing any of them.
It's also only the one farm that's getting attacked, right?
Is it possible they're clutching and they're protecting their eggs or nests?
Are you folks harpies?
We just want to know what
You
we're
don't
going to be
have
getting
wings.
into here.
Yeah,
So-
no. We've just met a lot of harpies and helped a lot of people deal with them. So
No, but
Tell
wouldn't it
the
be cool to have
tale.
wings?
Ermin really got some experts.
yeah, no, but seriously, is it just the one farm?
Well, and of course, Ivana's attack.
That was the one who went into the woods and got attacked there, right?
That's what I heard.
And Ivana is unrelated to the farm that's being under
Yes,
siege?
she's a ranger. She goes out and
Okay.
hunts and brings food to the temple, and sometimes she brings some for me.
All right. Has anything happened recently in the lives of the people who own the farm? Like, I don't know.
Before the harpy attack.
Yeah, but like a new baby or a missing baby or like a bountiful
Nope.
harvest or something. Okay.
No missing people here.
Yeah.
Well, that's nice. That's a change of pace.
Mm-hmm. I'll take
Gotta
it.
give you an odd look.
We don't want to talk about it. But all right.
Make yourselves at home, and I assume Timurel will be back for you in the morning. But oh, you asked about the farm. No, Ina and Vina, they're just good, hard-working folk. Nice
All right.
ladies.
Well, thanks.
It's like maybe we'll find out more tomorrow.
Yeah. So kind of more, you know, to the party and less to her. So I'm assuming she's left. I think this is gonna be, dare I say it, kind of open and shut. Like, I think we just need to go there and be like, hey, what's your problem? And they'll be like, here's our problem. And we'll be like, great, let's fix it. And then move on. I don't really expect that the people in town are actually going to be able to offer that much help.
Yeah, it does quite seem like these people don't really understand anything they might have done to, you know, piss off the harpy.
Yeah. It's also, I mean, it is possible that they didn't do something to anger the harpies. Like, they could be going after the farm because they need food for some reason, and it's the closest to their nest situation.
Or didn't they mention that the ranger may have killed one of the harpies?
Yeah.
It could be in retaliation.
Yep. Especially if they don't differentiate between, like, people in the town, because townies are townies.
Possible.
Yeah, it doesn't seem as though they're exceptionally aware of the fact that, you know, like, calling the harpies, like, dangerous, godless creatures probably doesn't make them exceptionally amendable to you.
Yeah, I mean, what's new, though?
That's, yeah.
But yeah, I say we just kick it tonight, enjoy some food and drinks, and we'll get fetched whenever they're ready for us, I guess.
Yeah, I have a feeling we won't learn anything more until we can actually examine the area of attack. And possibly
Yeah.
not even then. We may have to go into the forest and talk to some people.
Yeah, we can definitely talk to the ranger to see if she can actually give us any more details. If she's, like, awake. It's kind of unclear. Her situation seemed a little dire. But, again, I don't actually really... somebody said that there were priests, like, praying over her, which to me indicates a poor state of health.
It could mean that they are healing her, or it could mean that she is
Beyond
still
healing.
pretty gravely injured.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I got from them, especially because, who was it? That little, that funny scrambled man said that she's in solitude?
Oh yeah, how do you pray over someone if you can't... Why is she in solitude? They just,
I
like...
think
She contagious?
I think they may have
That's what I
been
was
mentioning her
wondering.
solitary nature in general.
Okay,
at
that makes more
point.
sense. I didn't retain a lot of what that guy said. I was
It was
kinda,
a lot going on.
I was mostly just fixated on the assistance part. But that's fine.
Yes, I apologize for that. I have no idea where that rumor must have started.
Honestly, you remember Mouse, the librarian that we met, like, months ago? Like, I'm not saying... Like, a year ago? Like, I'm not saying it's her, but I'm not saying it's not her. Because,
Mouse. I believe I've been having some correspondence. I don't believe we actually spoke
yeah.
at that point.
Yeah, so you were
Oh,
in the
yeah.
library. She thought that Ophelia and I were your, like, pity project outreach things. She made a comment about how it was nice that Shai was, like, encouraging our literacy to us, and we were like, okay, fuck off. But, I wouldn't be surprised if, she considerately upgraded us to assistants. And then spread the good
Idara
word.
said fuck off. I was confused.
I mean, yeah, I figured Shai could get that from context.
I would have been quite confused as well. I don't believe I actually rated assistant. I don't think I'm high enough to. In any case.
I like how that's what you're taking from this conversation.
So the night passes and the bard plays from the windowsill and sips her wine.
Thank you,
And
Jazz.
the next morning, Timarel arrives bright and early and meets you. Hello, good morning. Did you rest? Did you sleep? Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
everything was
thank you.
fine.
Perfect. Well, follow me then. Let's introduce you to the archpriest Ermin Farron.
All right.
Yes, please. Lead the way.
Walking through the town, you arrive at the temple, an ornate wooden structure carved with leaves, vines, and forest creatures. You're led to a small chamber to the side of a large hall of an open fire pit where offerings of herbs and scrolls burn. Ermin Farron is a thin, white-skinned elf showing signs of age. 4 priests surround him, each wearing a different symbol of the Seldarine. Ermin welcomes you formally, but with genuine warmth. Refreshments? Timaril will fetch anything that you need.
Tea, if you have it.
It's Timaril tea. And Timaril goes, oh, yes, but the rest of you?
I'll take a coffee, I guess. It's morning.
If you have tea, I'll have the same thing that she's having.
Absolutely. And Ermin just kind of goes, Timaril, just be quiet about it. And Timaril runs off. Ermin says, please, thank goodness you're here to assist us with this harpy menace. You might have been told by Timaril that our devoted friend, Ivana Detrix, had a woodland encounter. That was where this all began. She barely escaped with her life, but she brought back news of planned attacks from these violent, winged, godless abominations. These woodland women. Anyway, she's currently in solitude and training herself, spiritually cleansing herself in the event of more attacks so she can successfully defend the temple and the rest of us. Here's Timaril with your beverages. Yes, Timaril, hand them off.
Would it be possible to speak with her?
Oh, no, not at this time.
May I make an insight check on that?
Me too, because them isolating the person who was at the center of the first attack, preventing her from talking to people, sounds like a thing.
Yeah. I was gonna say when we're done doing this too, I was gonna try to do something too to get him to listen. I got 15.
Okay.
Good news, everyone. I rolled twice as well as last time, so I got a 2. Bringing it up to 8 because it's insight.
I got an 18.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Fanhead. That's very sweet of you. Although I think Gwen needs it more than me.
My luck will turn around eventually. It did last episode.
Yes, if you remember last episode, this was not in the recap, but Gwen had some awful luck.
I rolled 6 dice and 4 of them were 1s.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Okay, so... Oh, I was gonna say, there was crit. Oh, yeah, that was for...
Thank you.
I was trying to pick it up. Yeah, that was for ink. Okay. And dress, so those have all been done.
I'm keeping track of the crits that I have gifted to me on my page. I got
Cool.
it.
So, insight check was a 2.
I mean, an
And
8 total.
8 total. So for the rest of you?
I had an 18, I believe.
Okay.
And I got a 15.
A 15?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ophelia, you can tell that his zeal about harpies is suspicious, and there's something weird going on here. Shy, you can tell that he is straight up lying to you.
Mm.
Oh,
Oh, that's a bad move.
Idara
Yeah.
can tell nothing. She's just unscrewing a flask in front of him to make this coffee Irish. Based on the way he's been talking, she's just like, nah.
I'm gonna look at Shy and give her like the look of like, oh, this man is full of baloney. It is too early in the morning for this.
Just
And
you take a look at Shy, and you see that she's calmly sipping tea, but you know her well enough that you can tell that she is pissed.
oh yeah,
So from that you can tell that he's bold-faced lying.
I'm gonna look at him and say, you know, it'd be really nice actually. My friend here, motioned to like Shy as she sips her tea. My friend is actually a cleric, and I have lots of experience with godliness. We would love to help pray for her recovery. If we could go and see her.
Especially if she is still injured.
Oh, well, she's in seclusion at this time, and I'm sorry. But, as you are a cleric and you are well-versed in religion, you may know that Fenrir Mestarine witnessed the creation of these ungodly creatures that people call the Harpies.
Is that correct?
Yeah, I want to check my history on that.
Long ago, a young woman in our nearby forests at Cragwatch heard bird song that moved her to tears. Following the sound, she met a handsome elf in the clearing, who also paused to appreciate its beauty. This was Fenrir Mestarine, our reclusive god. And he makes a religious symbol. Says, his divine presence stole her heart, but shortly vanished, as is his way, as if he was never there. She called for him, but he was nowhere to be found, and the poor woman despaired. The elven sky goddess took pity on her and taught her to sing a song as enchanting as the bird song that she so admired. But she was a bitter, ungrateful soul. And when this failed to bring our beloved Fenrir Mestarine back to her side, she cursed the gods, turning her divine gift into an unholy curse, and her beauty into a caution against blasphemy. And
Tell if that was going to actually needing to yawn or being like, okay, Grandpa, keep going.
I'm acting and also sleepy.
And that is how these harpies came to be. And that is why they are an affront to us and everything we stand for.
Okay. I want to roll an insight check to see
Please
if...
do.
It's like, granted he's telling us a story, I want to know if he believes this or if he knows that it's not true.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask if based on the religion check Shy and I did earlier, if we actually know if this is like a story people tell about him.
Yeah, roll me an insight check. And
And I rolled a natural 19, so that's 26.
Ooh.
okay.
Oh, baby!
So first I will tell you that based on what you know about Fenrir Mestarine earlier, you would know that he was Lulth's adulterous partner. And also that a divine curse resulting from an unnamed elf's unrequited infatuation with him transformed the elf into the first harpy. So that is the story. Shy, you can tell that that story seemed to be learned by rote, and he doesn't believe it.
Interesting. So yeah, sure, that's the common knowledge, but he even doesn't believe it's true.
Yep.
That is good to know.
Now, of course, you cannot see Ivana as she is training and praying, but I would be absolutely overjoyed to take you to see the Fairlight Farm. to meet Ina and Vina Borwin, as they have been terribly affected by everything going on.
Well, I'm sure we would like to talk to them. If you're sure we won't be any of assistance to Avina. Or, wait, the hunter's name.
Oh, the ranger? What's her name?
The ranger is Ivana Detrix.
Ivana.
Yeah.
I said Avina.
Avino. Fonsos.
Who's Avina, Vina, and Ivana, so...
God.
Oh my god.
Oh, gosh.
Melanie,
I'm
why?
So sorry. No, why?
He says, no, Ivana was terribly injured, so, but she
But if
is
she's
training.
terribly injured, I should
It was
be able
weeks
to
ago.
help.
We've healed her, and she's training in seclusion for, this planned harpy onslaught. Fortunately, only the farm has been ravaged so far, but we believe they are coming for the whole town.
Seclusion, like, she's out in the woods, or?
Yes, she's training.
Do I believe him?
Do you?
I would like to make a fresh insight check to know if I believe him for the where she is.
Please do.
Fresh.
There we go. That's better. Aggregate 20.
Yes, Adara finally.
Idarna woke up. The caffeine kicked in.
The whiskey kicked in.
Let me see. Yes, she is. You believe that she is out in the woods.
All right.
Good. At least she's not locked up in a tower somewhere where we're going to have to let her out.
Or she is, and he's a good liar. But yeah. All right.
Huh. It's a shame we can't really help her anymore then.
But maybe we can help at the farm.
Yep.
She's
Oh,
a
yes,
brave
hopefully.
soul who helps us, honestly. More than some people. And he eyes Timaril, who kind of just quivers.
It's okay. Thank you for that tea, Timarel. You did a good job.
Indeed, this is lovely.
Very good tea.
It's like he does his best. We need to make sure that we prop up his self-esteem as much as possible in this environment.
Oh, this poor man.
All right. Are you
Poor
escorting us
boy.
to the farm then?
Absolutely. Yes. Let us go right away.
Great. Can I kind of fall back for a sec?
Yeah.
Is Timaril coming with us also?
He does not.
Okay.
No.
Is
it's
anyone
just
else?
you and Erwin Farron.
All right. Dang.
Would you like some priests to come with you?
I was kind of hoping to discreetly ask one of the other people where specifically Ivana was.
Okay.
If possible. If not, I figure we can circle back to that later, but I am just assuming that this guy's not going to be any further help, so, was just going to go see her anyway.
Okay.
It's kind of the plan.
Okay. Yeah, the priests seem to be staying back.
All right. Then I'll try to hang back for a second, just very quickly ask.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where specifically she is. So we know to steer clear, so we don't interrupt her mystical...
You're asking Timaril?
Ideally, yeah.
Or one of the other priests? Okay. So, oh, geez. Well, I think she's out in the woods. Sometimes she goes out there. But if we're really in danger, then, maybe she's setting up traps, like up in the trees or something, to catch anything flying, like big nets, so that, we can all be safe.
All right. Cool. Thanks.
Big nets.
She's really brave and strong. She came back. It took a lot of healing and praying to intercede to get her feeling better. But if she's out preparing to keep us safe, then you bet she's going to do something great.
All right. Thanks. I should catch up with the others. This was good coffee. Good job. That guy's rude to you. I don't know why. You're cool. Bye.
Well, I'm a lot younger than most of the priests here.
Yeah, that's
Kinda
called
shrieks.
ages. That's called ageism, and that's a bad reason to dislike someone.
He's like 600 years younger than most of the priests here.
Listen, sir. That's like chump change to elves. It's okay.
So, Ermin Farron is pretty sprightly for his age and walks down to the Fairlight Farm. It has one large squat farmhouse with the number of small barns and outbuildings. You see chickens and goats scattered about the yard. And as soon as you arrive, Ina, the farmer, welcomes you, although she looks pretty clearly wary and shaken by the events. Immediately, you see, first, she is half elf with short, cropped blonde hair. And she's fairly short. How tall is Ophelia again? Like 5? Ophelia's like 5'5", so she's shorter than Ophelia.
No, Ophelia's like 5'2". She's tiny. She's like
Oh,
5'5"
okay.
at the horns.
Then she's Ophelia's height and relatively round.
Oh.
Round and athletic. But most prominently, you see she has 2 large scratches down the left side of her face, from eyebrow to jaw.
They look like fresh.
They look relatively fresh. She bows to Ermin Farron, who introduces you as people who are here to deal with the Harpy Menace. She goes, oh, yes, thank you.
Better
I can-
resistance.
Are the scratches looking painful or inflamed in any way?
You can give me a medicine check if you want.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
I'm gonna
yeah.
do that.
Let's use that as an excuse to try to be like, leave. I have to heal.
It's like, leave. I have to do something here. Okay. So...
How are Crouton and Dante handling these chickens in the yard?
Crouton's right up against the chicken. Or is there a coop, or are they just free roaming?
They're free roaming in the yard.
Oh, then Crouton's
Just
doing the
sniffing a
thing where he's
chicken.
like, he's approaching, but like very carefully, and then the second they look at him, he like backs up a bit and then starts moving in again.
Oh,
just like-
baby.
Play, but also I'm scared of you.
I was gonna say, I put this in chat. I don't know if anyone will be able to see that, but I said Ophelia like in a Kylie Jenner voice. Is that a chicken?
That's 11 for the medicine check.
I got a 20.
Damn.
good.
Okay.
I get a +3 to this. I have proficiency in it.
I rolled really low. I get a +7 if that
Oh,
tells
shit.
you anything.
Oh my god. Okay, forget I said shit.
But then again, Shy is real. We could go into like a battle situation at any moment. So Shy's like kind of not wanting to heal right now, and it doesn't look serious.
Yeah.
But it
that's a
might
good
be
question.
serious. So I want to at least check.
That's a good question. How does Dante feel about chickens?
Yeah. So Crouton's trying to play. What's Dante
Oh my
doing
God.
with these chickens?
Dante is like woken up from nap time, so like is peeking out from Shy's hood and just blinking sleepily, but then notices the chickens and
Tentacles wriggling.
yes, tentacles wriggling in like the hood. It's
Oh my
like I'm wondering if the priest will notice.
Forgot your cat has tentacles.
That's
This
not the weird
laser
part. The
kitten.
weird part is that this person has a cat.
It's like this. With 6 legs.
Oh, where'd you get that baby?
Kat and Laura Evans sent me that like a year ago.
Aw.
That's amazing.
All right.
So Shy, you can tell that it's unlikely that this injury was made by a harpy's talon, but due to the bruising and wound pattern, you could tell it was made by some sort of force.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ophelia, you can tell
Yes.
that this was made by a straight, sharp blade, similar to a knife or a razor or a dagger.
It's
Ooh.
all a ruse.
Interesting. Okay. Noted.
Ina, it's healing fine. I'll have some scars, but Vina doesn't mind. I'll tell you everything I remember about the attack.
Do you need any help? You okay?
Oh, I'm fine. And you see Ermin like kind of tell them it's why they're here. It was dark, and I heard a strange noise, a thud and a screech in a field nearby. I'd heard that for the last several nights. Then after that, I can't really remember. There was a sharp pain on my face, and then I saw a human figure with wings silhouetted against the moon and lamplight. I'm so sorry, I can't remember anymore.
Hey, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Gonna just kind of like nod, like, yeah, sure. Sure.
Can I make an insight check on this?
Same. It's the
But it
Threeflings
could be
MO.
that it could be that she just doesn't remember anything more, but it could also be the company that she doesn't want to speak in front of, perhaps.
Yeah. I got a 19 for mine.
Same here.
Ah.
Oh gosh.
Synergy.
Let's see. That's a 10. It's not. I already know it's not a thing. I just don't care about the context of it. Like, sure.
Okay. So, Adara and Shy. Wait, who got the 19?
We both did.
You both did. Okay. So, first off, you see that Ermin looks pretty nervous. Just as if he knows more than what's going on here. Also, you can tell that this is similar to effects from a modify memory spell.
Ah. Wait a minute.
That's a little
I
uncool.
in fact have detect magic. Would I be able to detect it if it had been cast a while ago? I'm not sure when this attack was.
I will tell you that it won't work on this.
Okay.
This is it doesn't work.
Is this considered a curse?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Shai's just gonna be like, will you take my hand for a moment? I want to see something.
Yeah, yes.
I will not harm you, but if you are under a specific kind of spell, this will remove it.
Oh, is this really necessary?
I consider it necessary.
It'll help. It'll help with the healing.
We're the experts. We've helped many towns with their harpy problems.
Ophelia's not technically lying because it'll help with the mental healing.
It certainly will.
She takes Shai's hand, and Adara, as this is happening, you notice there's disturbed dust on the ground, as if some items have been moved in haste or dragged around.
Oh, like it previously disturbed, not like somebody invisible is walking around. Okay.
No, like a drag box is kind of disturbed.
Can I like discreetly track that with my eyes, like, and see what direction it may have gone in? Like, what's the size of the boxes, that sort of thing?
Fairly large.
Okay. And they used to be here in the house and have now been just moved entirely, like, direction unknown.
You made an investigation check, but that would be a thing that would take more time.
Yeah,
I think.
Fair. I will make a check. 17 for just eyeballing the place.
Oh, not bad.
So you can tell exactly this drag mark goes around and then behind the house. Ina gives Shai her hands.
I have a question. Sorry. While this is happening, while Shai's being a little bit of a distraction, may I discreetly take some meat out of my bag? I want to just, like, get Crouton's attention without getting the rest of the people's attention, and then, like, throw the meat far away so he chases it.
Give me an animal handling check.
Sure.
I know you can make the throw. I want to know if you can get Crouton's attention.
I love the idea of Adara just taking out like a slice of ham and then just whipping it.
Just, that is an aggregate 20.
Okay, yeah. You know your dog.
Yeah.
You can tear your dog's attention away from chicken.
Can
All right. So I'm just gonna send Crouton running out there and then be like, shit, sorry, my dog. I'll be right back.
And with a bork bork, Crouton goes off on a tear behind the house.
I will be right back.
Amazing.
Carry on. Don't mind me. 1 sec.
So, how did your remove curse work?
You mean the effects or how it looks
does it look
in
like?
general? Basically, Shy's horns grow brighter, and something like dancing lights kind of floats towards the woman and just kind of like sinks into her, and just shining a little bit brightly before being absorbed.
Ooh, I like that.
Ooh.
A calm comes on Ina's face. And she says, wait, I heard those sounds, and I told you, Ermin. I told Ermin and Ivana. Ivana slashed my eye. Ermin, you altered my memory. Why? It doesn't matter. There were boxes here. There were boxes of scrolls. We need to find them. They left them here. The harpies left them. And she starts off on a tear where Adara went behind the house.
I knew I should have examined those scrolls that was burning. I had the thought, and no.
Urban at this point says, well, this is terribly awkward. And he starts to just kind of back away. He says, I did do that, yes. But I assume Ivana got a little out of hand, but, it was for her own good, you see.
Okay. Halfway through this, I am going to take out my staff, turn it into a snake, and order my snake to just, coil around him and hold him in place.
It's just like, you've been lying to a lot of people and concealing truths.
Yeah, it's just like snake manacles go.
Roll me an attack for the snake.
Oh, hang on, I have to...
I'll give you a surprise attack.
Okay, I think it's a +6. I just want to make sure, just so I don't...
Okay.
Yeah, it is. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna... Yeah. That's a 19.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Nice try, Grandpa. Can I just gonna wrap around him, just be like, okay, we're gonna stop right there.
Are you doing damage or no?
Oh, do you want me to?
I was just asking, is it just a squeeze or a hold?
It's the constrict thing, but I'm just gonna have him hold him in place. I'm not gonna actually have him hold him.
So just a restraint. Okay.
Yes.
So behind the house, Adara, you see a very different looking Ina at this point running around. As you are finding Crouton, and you see several boxes underneath blankets.
Adara, hands over, or half lifting up the blankets, sees Ivana coming and is just like, oh, dog's not in here.
Or Ina, not Ivana.
Oh, Ina, sorry. Sees Ina and is just like, dog's not in here. Guess I'll keep looking.
Because no, these are the boxes that the harpies left.
Oh, shy spell worked. Sick. All right.
Because here, you should see these. They left them here. Yeah, there's hundreds of these in here, and she pulls the blanket away, opens up a box, and you see there's hundreds of neatly packed identical letters all rolled up in these boxes.
Letters, not scrolls?
They're they're letters rolled up like scrolls,
Okay.
not like magic scrolls.
Okay, I was like, hundreds of magic scrolls. Why?
No, no, no.
All right. What's on these?
They are written in charcoal and rudimentary plant-based inks, and say, "The Harpies call to the people of Cragwatch. We are not your enemy. We are not the evil some would have you believe. Ask yourself why we were only rumors and bedtime stories until a ranger found herself with bruised pride. We welcome your questions. We welcome your presence. The curious should come to the clearing. Arm yourselves as you like. You will find no danger." And on the back, there is a map.
All right.
I heard a strange noise and saw, well, there were boxes. They were putting these boxes here, and then I'd heard, and that, well, your friend will tell you, but it's how this happened. It wasn't the Harpy.
All right. You should just start distributing these. Uh, we'll go deal with your asshole priest guy and wherever the fuck your ranger is. Seems like they're. I guess I don't know about the ranger part. We'll go deal with your asshole priest. He seems to be the problem here. So then, the rest of the town can reconcile with the harpies. But honestly, just start giving these out like now.
Giving the papers out. Oh,
Yeah.
yes, I'll talk to Vina. We can start distributing them.
Cool. I'm gonna go back inside. I feel like there's something happening in there. Glad you're feeling yourself again.
Yes, please thank your friend for me. I'll take these and, oh, you should have one. The map, yes.
Yeah, I'll take a couple in case we want to hand some off to people we encounter who haven't met you yet. I'll just grab like 5 and shove them in my pack.
She goes, thank you. And you see her, up a bag.
All right. I will
And
whistle for Crouton and then go back.
okay. So, what are you doing now that you have him tied up with Snake?
Did you get my message, Jess?
No.
Oh, okay. I'll
Yeah,
just basically
Snake
tell you.
got 11, right?
Yes, because I forget the snake doesn't get my Dark One's blessing. That's only for ability checks and like saving throws, and that's only for me. I don't apply that to the snake.
Oh, so then Snake does not have him constricted.
Yes, that's fine. I'm gonna have the snake be prepared, even if he does not do it. I will have it be like a don't test me. Don't test me, boy.
Okay. So now let's not. There's no need for any fighting. Yes, I made a mistake, but we can talk this out like members of the clergy and fellow religious.
Does this mean you're going to stop lying and reveal the truth to your town, who you have an obligation to?
Okay, it's for their own good.
How so? Please explain this to me.
We should talk about this back at the temple. I don't want to put out the wonderful Fairlight farmers any more than we already have. This is no place for terrifying their chickens and goats with snakes and all that. Let's just go back to Cragwatch and talk things out there.
I would love to do an insight check to see if he actually wants to talk or if he just wants to pull us away from everyone else so then he can bonk us on the head and say, "Don't remember this."
Or, go back to the temple for reinforcements rather than talking this out like rational people.
Give me an insight check.
Oh, baby!
Let me know when I'm back in the room.
I will.
I got a 16.
I got a
16?
17.
Yeah!
Okay.
We're doing it. We got it.
You believe that he wants to talk.
I'm gonna look at him dead in the eyes and be like, I'll put away the snake, but I think right here is a nice place to talk. And I'm gonna either I don't care. They're the same bonus for me. I'm either gonna persuade him or intimidate him to just like stay here and not, like scurry off back to his friends.
Okay. Wait. So you're going back to the temple with him, but you don't want him to scurry off with his friends?
No, I'm saying I told him I think here is a fine place to talk if I put away the snake, and I want to either persuade him or intimidate him to stay here. It's the same check either way for me.
Oh,
It's the
okay,
same.
cool. As
Yes.
that is happening, Adara, you can come in.
Yes.
And roll me that check, please.
Okay.
All right, what'd I miss?
Yeah. A lot. It's gonna
Come
take
in
a
and see
second.
Ophelia's snake on the floor.
The snake's just like vibing. That's
Sword
a
comes
17.
out the second she sees the snake.
It's a 17.
Okay. Yeah, that was fine. We can talk in here. That's fine.
Okay, I will like lean down as if I'm going to pet the snake and then just turn it back into a staff and then just like hold it and get it in my hands.
Everybody give me a perception check.
Oh,
Mhm.
God. You know what this means. It's time for the dice to betray me.
That's
26.
a natural 19, so with perception... 23.
That's a 14.
Okay.
Thank you.
So
It's a blessing. You're very good.
that is you all hear a very familiar sound that is kind of the clink of someone walking in chainmail, but trying to be sneaky about it.
Shy?
I'm in here already.
I'm standing right here.
I will turn around and
Sometimes you can
face the
still
person
hear
who is
her
presumably the
chainmail.
ranger.
You see 3 priests that have arrived. Goes, good, you followed. They just don't like being apart from me for too long, just in case things get out of hand. But now we can all have a chat.
Yeah.
Oh,
Teacup is
certainly.
Perfect.
Adara,
Good-
I think we'll need your form of chat for this one.
Yeah, good timing. I have literature for all of you, and I'm gonna give them some of the letters. These were out back. Just, take them, read them at your leisure, preferably now. It's actually not at your leisure. Read them now or else.
At that, one of the priests throws it down and goes, "Blasphemy!" and is going to make an attack on Adara.
Well,
Oh,
well.
God.
Let's
If it is-
all roll initiative after this point. Let's see. That's not going to hit because Adara is the wrong person to attack.
Idara's the right person to attack.
Adara's the right person to attack, but the wrong person to, attack.
Trying to attack Adara with a mace is a bad plan. So that's going to miss. And let's roll initiative, y'all.
Absolutely.
Why, Gabe?
Why?
Why?
I
rolled
have
really
I have a
badly.
crit, don't I?
You do.
Yeah, you
Just
do.
good to know. Don't need it here. 22 for initiative.
Damn.
I love my gay dice because every time I roll them, I'm always like, maybe today will be the day that I get the 20. No, it's a 6. Gay dice have been
But at
very
least
bad
that-
for me. This is homophobic.
At least they're festive.
But it's homophobic. They won't roll me anything above a 14.
Shy, what did you get?
Here's the thing. I also got a 6, so I think you're going ahead of Shy.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah, because I got an 8 with my dex.
Yeah,
Why is it 6 altogether for you?
No, I rolled a 5, and so it was 6.
Okay, so for me it's an 8.
okay.
Yeah, so I'm definitely going before you. Thanks,
Okay.
gay dice. Thank you. This is homophobic.
Also, the priests got a 7, so when you said you got a 6, it did a switcheroo on what you all are. So now it's 6.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
We're
good
just here to
starts.
make your life difficult.
It's okay.
Threeflings, making your life difficult since 2020.
Okay, Dari, you're up first. A guy just tried to hit you with a mace.
He did just try to hit me with a mace. So in exchange, I'm going to I'm going to draw my sword, and as I'm drawing it, I just want to like clonk him in the head, and I'm gonna try to knock him down. Actually, I'm just gonna clonk him in the head.
Okay.
I'm saving my energy. I don't really need to save my energy, huh? That's a 25 to hit.
Yes, that will hit.
Cool. Please take... Whoa. Please take 14 points of magic silver slashing damage.
Okay. Yes. He did not enjoy that.
How does he look?
He looks a little bloodied.
All right, I'm gonna take another swing at him. I can't menace someone else. No, I have to land on him. All right, so I'm just gonna regular hit him.
Okay.
Whoa, that is a 26 to hit.
That will hit.
All right, please take another 12 points of magic silver slashing damage.
Okay. He looks worse now.
All right, then I'm gonna bite the priest.
Okay.
Does he taste like a communion wafer?
One way to find out. That is a 16 to hit.
That hits.
All right. Please
It's like,
take
do they taste like
another. I'm gonna say they probably taste like meat.
They taste like elves.
I was about to say, do they taste like a communion wafer, bland and unappetizing?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, pretty much.
This
They're
priest
just like
is
this-
unseasoned. That's 9 points of piercing damage.
And he goes down.
All right. I want to turn to head honcho.
Okay.
And say, "Are you fighting? Your asshole started this. I'm gonna finish this unless you back down real quick."
Said, well, that was unexpected.
Unexpected that the big beefy girl in athleisure can take a priest in a fight.
Is he standing down, or is he like rare enough to fight? Because that will determine my action surge.
He looks like he's still rare enough to fight.
Great, I action surge.
Okay.
And I'm going to stomp over there angrily, and I'm going to crit him.
Yes!
Yes!
So I'm also going to menace
Forgot
him.
you had that crit.
Yeah, I'm going to menace him,
Okay.
and I'm going to crit him. So he needs to make me. This probably should have done something different for him. Whatever, I said menace. So he needs to make
that was
me
the
a
7,
wisdom.
So that was a fail.
Great, he's
Oh,
frightened
wait,
of
no,
me.
more than he has higher than that. Sorry, he still fails. It's a 9.
He's frightened of me until the end of my next turn. I rolled miserably on the dice, but it is still a crit. So that is 3 plus 8 is 11. 17 plus. So that is 25 points of damage.
So nearly taking off a limb of his. Fine, we surrender. Please just stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Sorry, team. Look back at the other priests. Are they standing down? I still have an attack left.
Drop their maces on the ground.
All right.
New weapons for Adora!
With my final attack, can I grapple him?
Yeah. If you want to use the superiority die for that, give me your grapple attack.
Sure. 16?
Yeah, that hits.
Cool. Wait, 2 less
You have
because
to
this
do a
isn't.
thing though.
Huh? Oh, it's
You have to do it.
Oh, right. Grappling is not an attack. It's my athletics versus his athletics or acrobatics. So that is
Yeah.
that is 15.
I thought you were doing a superiority die thing.
No, I don't have one for grappling.
Okay.
Tragic.
That was a 10. So yes, you have grappled him.
All right. That's my turn.
Oh.
Look. Fine. Wait. One of the other priests looks at you and says, "Just may we heal him? We won't fight."
Which him? Like the downed one or?
No.
Oh,
The one who's laying on the floor unconscious.
The one who is grappled.
Hmm.
The other guy's dead.
Yeah, Shai's going to like sneer a little bit at that, and it's just like, really not making a very good impression on us.
I was gonna say, Adora, we talked about this.
Look, he started it. If you come at me swinging lethally, you've made a commitment, and I'm gonna see it through.
Made a commitment.
And Shai's just like, see to your downed comrade, and we can talk this over.
So one of them will run over and cast Cure Wounds, but he can't because that guy's dead. So that guy is dead.
Oh,
and they
dead?
don't have, huh?
Oh, they don't get.
They don't get
They don't get death saves?
They don't even get like 6
Jeez.
seconds to like get to medical help.
Fine, he can have that. Yes.
I was about to say this hasn't even been a full round yet.
Yeah, that's true. It hasn't been a full round. Okay, that guy is back up with 7 hit points.
His friends just lying on the ground like I see
They're
the
just like,
light.
no,
and his
he's
friend
dead
slaps
now
him like,
forever.
No.
So he has 7 hit points left, and the leader guy has fewer.
Well, that's amazing.
So, spitting out blood as he talks to you. It's fine, you're very brave, strong. It is for their own good. Upon initiation, we're told the true story. And he starts coughing again.
Do I believe
kinda
him?
want-
He's like coughing up. He has 2 hit points left, so
Oh.
yes, I'll tell you.
I was
Shai
gonna-
kind of like rolls
Oh.
her eyes and casts a Cure Wounds on him.
I was gonna
Okay.
say, I was gonna look at his friends
It's
and be like, does someone want to heal him so he doesn't have to cough through the story?
Yeah, it's
They
like Shai
asked
doesn't
for
want.
it, and they said, Adara said no.
Yeah, it's
didn't
like Shai
realize-
just basically rolls her eyes and does a Cure Wounds on him because I get what Adara is saying. You don't want another one of the enemy to be that close
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
at this point.
Thank you, Shai. I didn't want to hear the guttural coughing all throughout the story. Please continue.
Yeah, I didn't want it on my shoes.
Does he get back?
Yeah, he gets back 12 points.
Oh shit! You got
He's,
that.
he's just like, you don't really deserve this, but you at least need to be able to talk.
Just imagine Shai walking up, like, slapping a magic band-aid on him, being like, here you go, have a cough drop.
Just look. A long time ago, there was a young bard singing in the forest, overheard by Fenrir Mystery. He admired her talent and voice and demanded a song sung in his honor. She refused, rather rudely, saying her work and pride were more pressing and did not appreciate demands made on her person. In his rage, our beloved god took her delicate musician hands and made them into claws, turned her lovely voice into a curse, doomed to bring pain and confusion, not pleasure. And so we lie. We protect our god's secrets. We couldn't have his envy of mortal talents be known. Imagine a god being jealous of a mortal. Tale's far more sympathetic, if the curse is a punishment, not just torture. Besides, the end result's the same. Harpies blight the world, and why should we care the reason?
You know there are other gods, right? Like, you
and
could just
your
pick a different
god.
one.
You're both assholes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I was gonna say, yeah, like, you
I'm
also
so
realize
proud.
you could expand your congregation by including harpies, right? You do realize that.
Or also just, like, pick a different god.
That's if
Yeah,
they
pretty
want to
much.
worship that god. I particularly think they wouldn't want to.
We serve Fenrir Mystery, the god of all outcast elves and those who harbor secrets, and we keep his secret for him.
I mean, I feel like there's a difference here that we're construing, which we're exchanging the term outsider for the term asshole. I feel like we're getting that confused.
Yeah, I don't know if you can be an outsider in the town you run.
The thing is, you claim to be like this harbor of outsiders, and yet you have outcasts, these people who your god has struck down for very petty asshole reasons. You are making them outsiders of outsiders. And I don't know if I can respect an order that does that. In any case, you don't need to keep all secrets, especially not when it's this harmful.
Who's harmed by it, really? The harpies live in the woods and kill people, and we advise people to stay away from them. Their voice is deadly.
The
I mean,
harpies
it's a
are
shame
reaching
what
out.
happened to them, but...
The harpies are reaching out. They want to connect. And you are attacking them.
So I can speak for like the three of us when I say that the three of us are literate. I don't know if you read the letter that my friend gave you.
I was a little intimidated by your snake friend.
Yes, here, read this. And like Shai just like holds it up.
Yeah, because his arms are still like behind his back.
Yeah. Because the call of the people of Kragosh is not your enemy. Now the evil son would have you believe. That's definitely directed at me. To the ranger, I've had a brewer's pride. They speak this way upon us. Well, I believe you'll find no danger. But why don't we go meet these harpies?
Yes, indeed.
I can accompany you with 4 priests to protect you from the harpies.
I don't know if it's that we need protection, more like your story and your ego does.
I want you to reflect on the last 5 minutes of your life and think about whether we need protection.
Let's all consider us as intermediaries. It's like we will step in if we feel like things are getting out of hand.
Ina kind of pops her head in and she says, you know, I do remember this happened to frame the harpies.
Yeah, there is that. You have an apology you need to make.
Looks at him again. Again, I don't think we need protection. I think it's your lie and your ego.
If you need any snacks for the road, Vina and I can pack you a basket.
Oh, that would be lovely and very generous. Thank you.
Her, she has snacks. A very kind disposition.
She kind of comes over and whispers to whichever of you is closest. I will say probably Shy. And she goes, we'll make sure they don't follow you.
Thank you. And it will like take the basket and just be like, thank you. That is much appreciated. And just kind of like look at the other two and just kind of make a motion that we should probably get going.
And I think that's a perfect time for us to take a break. We are going to be back in about 5 minutes, but everybody go get a beverage as the farm ladies pack a snack for the Threefs, and we go get some more water.
See you soon.
welcome back. We are playing Shadows and Talons by Melanie Black from Uncaged Volume 1. So the Threefs are leaving Cragwatch Clearing. Now with your newly packed food and the priests being detained by Ina and Vina with a big guilt trip for, injuring a woman and injuring a woman's wife. The ascent into the forest is harsh. Pine needles scatter and make your footing uncertain. Large boulders line the ascent as the route slowly takes you off the well-trodden pathways of rangers and into the wilds of the forest. It's still daytime, but as you're traveling, you start to encounter some very strange sound. And give me a perception check.
Oh boy, oh boy. Wow.
Oh boy.
Perception.
Oh my gosh, I got a nat 20.
Nice.
The first time I've done
Nice.
perception check.
28.
I got a 12.
Okay. So you hear a strange clinking sound from the area of your haversacks or bags. And Ophelia, you smell
That's rude, Jess.
Thanks.
something.
Thanks.
You've encountered something like this before, so you smell what you know is the unmistakable breath of a fairy dragon.
Oh, I love them.
They're in our backpacks?
Looking down, you see that there are 3 fairy dragons, one for each of you, trying to grab at any shiny things. I'm gonna say, Shy, there's one on your horn.
Oh, buddies.
Aw.
And for Adara and Ophelia, there's one in each of your bags, basically, trying to pull out your money.
What are they? I forget, what languages do these things speak? Do they not speak
Draconic and Sylvan.
Sylvan. Okay.
If they drink, I know Draconic.
If they
and
drink, I
Sylvan.
thought you said if they drink.
Ugh.
A
Anyway.
fairy dragon floats out of Adara's backpack, drunk.
Oh my god. The only
If-
shiny
if-
thing they found was a flask.
If I notice the one on the horn, I'll go, sorry, little one, you won't be able to carry that off. I'm rather attached to it.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna look down at I'm gonna like turn around, pull out my bag, pull the one out of my bag, speak to it in Elvish and be like, okay, I don't think you're gonna find what you're looking for there. And I'm just gonna hand it a gold piece. Like take the rest of my stuff back.
Give me an animal handling check. You can make it at advantage.
Yeah. Take my money, small one. That's an 18.
Okay. Yeah, at that, you see the violet fairy dragon kind of clutch the gold piece, and it's huge in its claws. And it kind of glimmers, and you see sparkles light up around its wings. And it purrs, and you hear something that sounds like thank you. It's in Sylvan, but it's close enough to Elvish that you can make it out. So it's like, many be the thanks kind of thing, as it
baby.
flies off, twirling its tail.
Baby.
Shy will, root around in her pack and come up with, an old piece of jewelry.
Okay.
Something still shiny, and just kind of, hold it up to the dragon and just go, I think you like this better than my horn.
It looks, you're speaking Draconic to it, right?
Yes.
It looks at the shiny jewelry and then looks at your horn and goes, well, the horn would be a lot nicer.
A lot
But
more
if you're
difficult
that
to carry.
attached.
A lot more difficult to carry, I'd have to come with it.
Well, I wouldn't want to inconvenience you then. And it laughs, and you see clouds of purple smoke puff out. as it laughs. It takes its claws and tries to wind your jewelry around its neck and makes a little purring sound before flying away.
Cute.
Adara, what are you doing with your dragon?
There's something in my backpack, so I'm gonna try and pull it out of my backpack.
Adara's like, is there a mosquito in my backpack?
Just like, what the fuck? So I assume I root around in my backpack, find a tiny dragon, and then just kind of look at it. And look at Shy and Ophelia. Look back at the dragon, and then look at Shy, and just go, do you talk to these? What's...
Yes.
What does it want?
They're like shiny things.
And I will talk to Adara's dragon and just go, I assume you're looking for something shiny. Anything you'd like in particular?
Anybody could give you a perception check at this point, but it goes, oh, well, you know, the usual.
Adara,
Oh!
if you would like to give it a piece of gold or jewelry, something shiny.
I have no jewelry, Adara says, wearing just so much gold jewelry.
Adara texting, I don't have a phone. Ophelia will offer a gold piece to the dragon if Adara won't react.
I'm willing to part with money, just like, it can't have my shit. It can have my money, because I have a lot of that.
What'd you get on the perception check?
I got an 18. The gators didn't let me down.
I got a 19.
21.
Yeah!
Okay, so as you're having this conversation, all of you see, because you would recognize this spell, because Ophelia uses it a lot, Mage Hand just scooping out a bag of gold from Adara's bag.
All right.
As this dragon's talking and going like, well, you know, snacks, bits and bobs of this and that.
I'm gonna flick the
You care to
dragon.
part with.
I'm gonna assume it is the source of the mage hand, so I'm just gonna flick it and be like, no. Nope, sorry. I'm so sorry. I hit my microphone. I'm so sorry.
Are you attacking a fairy dragon?
It's trying to steal my money.
I was gonna say, if we notice, I'm gonna look at it and like tap it on the head and be like, no, you can have one.
For the
I'll
record,
offer
I'm not attacking it like lethally. I'm like doing the equivalent of like a water squirt gun. Like get off the counter.
It's the crouton squirt gun repurposed.
Okay. Yes, I will say you can do that as it buzzes around you.
Should I tell it can have
At
one?
that, it immediately disappears.
Ah.
Oh, baby, I offered it one. It's like you could have one.
You hear that rummaging in your bag again, though.
I dig the dragon back out. I take out 1 gold coin, and I say, shall I tell it can have this 1 gold coin, or we can do this harder?
Give me a perception check to find the dragon, because it's invisible.
Oh, well. 19.
Is that a disadvantage because it's invisible?
No, sorry. It was at advantage because that's normally how I roll, so I'll just roll fresh.
Okay.
Or I guess that's a straight roll then.
Yes, straight roll.
Fresh.
19.
Okay.
I rolled 2 10s.
Because it's making noise in there, you can hear it or feel it enough in your bag to find it. So you're now holding an invisible dragon.
Shy would be like, apologies, my friend has absolutely no manners, but she is offering you 1 gold coin. It's like she's rather rude, so if I were you, I'd take it.
Fine. And it appears in your hand again, Adara.
I was gonna say, I'll lean over and I'll like talk to it in Elvish again, and I'll be like, I'll give you a second one if you promise not to do that again.
It nods to you.
Okay.
And flies over.
Holds out the second one. There you go.
It brings out its mage hand to hold the second one because it can only hold one in its claws.
Oh, baby!
And then it flies away, and you are left alone in this forest. Oh no, I will say this one leaves a tiny gem with Ophelia.
Oh.
Oh, baby. I love how Shy and Ophelia were like, yeah, sure, here you go. And Adara's like, Please, you overgrown mosquito. I'm begging
Actually, you know what? I'm going to say it leaves a gem with both Ophelia and with Shy.
It's like we attempted to be polite.
Says it leaves a gem with the favorite party member. So I'm going to
Aw.
just say that the unfavorite party member doesn't get one.
Look, I don't befriend pickpockets. At least not if they're trying to pick my pocket.
So you each have a tiny purple gem worth about 5 gold.
Cute.
Oh,
I love
baby.
it.
Net
It's gonna
profit.
make a good souvenir. I was gonna say, Adar, if we can find the gem cutter, I'll have them cut mine in half if you want half of it.
I don't really care. I just didn't want a tiny dragon taking all my money.
I mean, yeah,
Uh,
that's fair.
Yeah.
We did have to do some bargaining.
So I feel
It's
like that's
like they're
reasonable.
They're rather tiny. They cannot physically take all of your money.
I mean, you saw its mage hand. It was trying. Well, it was trying with one of the bags. But like,
In spirit.
Yeah, it was trying mostly, I think, because it was annoyed at us.
I mean, I don't know why it would be annoyed at us. I feel like I was rightfully annoyed at it. But anyway, where the fuck are these harpies?
I was gonna say, I love the idea of the priest just
okay.
standing there
But
watching the
Shai's-
gooey scooch's ass nonsense going down.
So as you're walking, it's taken about half a day to get here.
Oh,
But
Thank you, Ashenworks.
oh, thank you. Hi, Ashenworks. Thank you for cheering. I'm gonna shout out Ashenworks for a second. As I try and do a thing.
While the universe
Everybody
is buffering.
does support Ashenworks.
Yay!
Adara just continues talking about how she's justified in not treating a fairy dragon with kindness and respect because it was trying to steal her shit.
And Shai is also explaining, haven't you dealt with fairy creatures before? This is kind of status quo for them.
In my defense, I didn't know it was a fairy. I just thought it was a tiny dragon. And dragons categorically are not fairies, so...
These in particular are both.
I mean, it's like a Venn
No, I
diagram.
know.
You can be one, you can be the other, you can be both.
Now I know.
You approach, the earth around you gets softer, and tree roots start to clutter the path, and your going gets slower, as if this terrain is difficult. You hear some skittering in the forest above you, but eventually it opens into a cavernous cylinder of rocks and branches. Harpy nests are hitched onto almost every surface of the cliff face and look more homey than you expected. An ancient tree stands in the center. You see the sky through an opening hundreds of feet up. Bodies of forest beasts, a saber-toothed tiger, an ettercap, are covered in talon scratches and strung up. A prominent platform balances about 100 feet up. A harpy descends. 5 or 6 others watch you. As she lands, you see she is tall and lithe, and her deep brown skin is covered with a crisscrossing of scars. Wings of tawny feathers tuck into her back, and she retains some elven beauty. Her eyes are deep orange, surrounded by black sclera. Her teeth are sharp points, and where you'd expect the deep brown of human lips, you see a bluish black. I am Lyra Velatha, she says.
I am Shai of the Brighthorns.
Do a little curtsy. I'm Ophelia. I don't really know if my town has a name, but it's nice to meet you.
I'm Midara. And this asshole is from the town, and we're here to supervise him so that he can play
Oh,
nice.
he stayed.
Oh, he
Oh,
stayed?
yeah.
Wait, I thought he came with. I didn't realize
forgot.
that.
Yeah, I thought he was coming with us.
I
Yeah,
forgot
he stayed.
Shai, the message Shai received when she got the picnic basket and everything was that people from the town were going to prevent them from following us.
I thought it was just the priest. I didn't realize it was all of them. Okay.
It was all of
Yeah,
them.
Yeah,
Then
I
never
was gonna say I
mind.
thought the priest was coming, and then the other people were gonna keep the 4 of them from following us. I thought that's what was going on.
Gotcha.
Yes.
All right, then I'm Idara. We're not from town or from the nearby Craghammer, but we're here to see if we can start some sort of conversation on their behalf.
Welcome. I am the first harpy and the leader of this colony. I'm glad that my words brought truth to a wider notice. Whether they believe or not, I'm glad that you came and were willing to listen.
Yeah. So, what's up?
What can we do to help?
You know, we would have been happy to stay here in isolation, but that stupid ranger believed misconceptions of her kind and her god, and she threatened to have my entire colony, she points and gestures around her, erased. We had to do something. We had to speak out. We've seen Ina. We observed she was kind and intelligent, the perfect person to receive our letters. The damage to her farm was not done by us. We hoped that she could act as ambassador for us, and I assume for this she was punished.
I believe she's still willing to act as ambassador. However, through treachery and a mind-altering spell, she was incapacitated by a member of the clergy in town. I removed the curse. She now remembers everything and has been continuing to distribute your message.
Thank you. I'm glad she is well. If the people of Cragwatch would not love us, they could at least respect us for all that we do for them. And she gestures to the strung up wild beasts. Our hunt protects their village. We have always protected that village.
Yeah, I don't think they're super aware of that. Like they're not super appreciative to begin with, but I don't think they realize that anyway, since they really like to uh, what's the word? They really like to kind of hide the more unsavory parts of Fenmal's story and not
She
really.
spits when you say his name.
Oh yeah, I totally get it. But yeah, they don't really like to consider the fact that, you all have your own experience and your own existences outside of, threatening their lives.
And the clergy has had quite some time to spread their false history and other views into the town. I'm hoping that will change, and maybe we can facilitate a true symbiosis between the two communities.
You think they would welcome us there?
I believe there are some who would, but I think others need to understand the truth first. They have been fed lies for so long.
I appreciate your honesty. Perhaps we can accompany you and see what is to be done.
I'm sure we would be honored to escort you.
This might be a bit macabre, but are any of the wild animals or wild beasts like particularly one menacing looking and two easy to like maybe take a token from or something? Just so I have a vision of you being like, these are the sorts of things we're protecting you from, which seems a lot more compelling than
I just
like.
thought you had more for your necklace.
Oh no, my necklace is perfect the way it is. But
Mr.
like,
T, just dip it in gold. Just like,
Like-
yeah.
you know, if you show up out of nowhere and you're like, yeah, we hunt a lot of wild beasts and keep you safe, like that's, you know, nice. But if you get to be like, we hunt these, and then hold up like the head of a manticore or something, then like might land
Like
harder.
a saber-toothed tiger head or an ettercap head or something.
Yeah,
Honestly, whatever works for you.
like literally just grab your favorite, I guess. But you know, it might help your case a bit or something. Since we're here,
Hydrate.
hydrate.
Hydrate before you dehydrate.
I need to pour my tea.
This is wise. You know your people. I was cursed in this forest thousands of years ago, and I've stayed to remind Fenmerl Mesterine and his priest of their pride and their folly, and that he won't root us out. But it seems that not all people are like them. Maybe it's time that we met these people. So if you want, she will follow you down the mountain with some of her crew.
Seems good.
Yes. While we go down, I want to like ask her how it's been like living in the woods, how they've been doing before this whole thing happened, if there's anything they'd like from the town.
Oh, yeah,
Like
she'll tell you how much she loves living in the woods. They all love the hunting. They did not love being threatened. But before that, they've enjoyed their home in the woods and kind of making the most of the curse put upon her, much like the animal smuggling Medusa you met ways back.
Yeah. I'll ask her like if when we go into town, like if she wants us to like buy her like any wine, anything else, like stuff like that.
She pauses and turns those huge golden eyes on you and she said, "It's been so long since I've had wine. I don't remember the taste."
You want wine? I have some. Like, I mean, we can get your own, but I just, like,
Yeah, we don't want to buy you a cask and then find out you don't like it.
Yeah, I've got a red and a white, just like in my backpack.
I would love that. Just a sip of anything.
Sure. I have on my person a wineskin of red wine, a wineskin of white wine, and a flask of whiskey. So
Just put chat wine and Adara?
yeah.
I know the town seems to appreciate influx of game and things of that sort from hunting, so it is possible to set up a trade, which would be mutually beneficial.
Oh. Yes. So, drinking your way down the mountain.
Yeah.
And all the harpies are very excited because Lyra's the only one who's even had wine.
Oh.
The rest of the harpies are very excited to have wine.
Good.
You arrive and see that Ina has been very busy. She and Vina have arranged a feast in the town square. And there's a big sign that says, "Welcome, harpies."
Aww.
You even see there's several sheepish-looking members of the Cragwatch Council there. There is a scholar and a merchant. You recognize them, but from the sigil on their robes.
This is cute.
No priests.
Well, whatever.
But you know what? They could go off and sulk for all I care.
Actually, you do see a priest there. You see your buddy Timerl Funt.
Yes,
Very
Timbrel!
excited to see you
Yay.
all.
I hope the other priests have lukewarm Go-Gurt. Timbrel can stay. The other ones, no, don't care.
You are all celebrated, and Lyra, is pretty overcome by all of this. Ina comes over to us. I know you just wanted us to keep the priest at bay, but I couldn't really help myself. I knew what you were going to do, and it seemed right.
Thank you. This was very sweet of you.
This is definitely a pleasant surprise.
Lyra raises a glass. Says, I did not expect telling my story to bring unity and peace. I thank my friend Ina Borwin and this brave band of adventurers and everyone here. You looked beyond the truths you were told to seek and found the truth as it really is. This is a testament to the good to be found in the world. May we all continue to fight for it. Cheers. And there's a rousing cry.
Cheers.
Yay!
You later learned that all the religious leaders have been expelled from Cragwatch Council, leaving Timurl the default leader of the church.
Yay!
Yeah! My man got a promotion!
And is there anything else you would like to do at this party?
I gotta refill my
You know?
wineskins.
Okay.
This feels pretty good, but you said there was a merchant. I would like to try and facilitate some sort of trade agreement, or at least the beginnings of one.
Oh yeah, I like it.
Yeah, we can have Shy do that. I want to introduce some of the Harpies to Timurl and the joys of the tea that he makes.
Uh-huh.
I want to have a Harpy Timurl tea party.
Yes. I
Ophelia
love
grabs
that.
half the harpies. Shy grabs like the lead harpy. Adara grabs the rest of the harpies, and is just like, all right, now you've had wine. Now we gotta start going through the beers.
Oh no, who'd we lose?
Uh-oh.
I think it was just Rhythm.
Okay.
Oh. Why did Rhythm leave? Rhythm, come back.
DJ Roomba,
Sorry,
come back.
DJ Roomba.
And with connections with merchants and feasting and tea and food and wine, you have a wonderful celebration that goes throughout the night, knowing that you have truly changed this town for the better. Welcome back, DJ Roomba. And that was Shadows and Talons by Melanie Black from Uncaged Volume 1.
Yay!
Yay!
So stick around, we are going to do a raid, but first let's meet our Thieves, starting with Adara. Who are you in the real life? Where can we find you?
Hi, I'm GwenDB, all over the internet, except Instagram, where I'm GwenDB_arts, because GwenDB was taken. You can find me mostly on Twitter, and now Instagram, because I remembered I have one, and I'm trying to actually use it again, where I post illustrations, because that's what I do with the rest of my days. So follow along if you like seeing art progress, finished art write-ups, etc.
And Shy, who are you in the real life?
Hello, I'm Zan Larson, also known as Pale White Rabbit on Twitter and Instagram, and someday I will get back on social media. And I also do illustration stuff. I mostly draw mythological creatures and characters adjacent to those, so D&D is certainly in my wheelhouse. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Ophelia, who are you? Where can we meet you in real life?
Hi, you may know me as Ophelia. I also go by Ink. You can find me on Twitter at These Dead Pens, where I like to meme and scream about a lot of things. This week I've been memeing and screaming about, hey, just because you're vaccinated doesn't mean you should do whatever you want. People are still sick. Please wash your hands, and also don't drink and drive or fly if you are a harpy.
I thought that was just going to be related to the vaccine thing, and I was like, what? Huh?
And I'm Jess. My stuff is down below the thing. But also, I have the Kickstarter that I talked about last week. We are in the final few days of it. So if you love cryptids, and you love 5e, you might like Cryptids Inc. So go check that out. We might make it. And we are going to raid Off the Table, which is where I'm going to be appearing on a 3-episode stream starting on Thursday. So I will be hosting it here, but you can join us there next week. So you'll get to learn it here. And now we're going to go shoot our behind the scenes Patreon video. If you would like to see that video, you can support our Patreon and join us in the Discord and hang out and do all the fun things there. Next week, we are going to be playing A Family Reunion, which is by me.
Yay!
Yay!
So have a great night. We love you all so much. Thank you for spending your Friday with us, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.